What up, YouTube? This is Daniel Rucker with True Table. Welcome to the table. Today, I'm going to be discussing something that definitely aligns with a characteristic and an understanding of sorts for both parties, both males and females. The premise of my show, I spend a lot of time talking about relationships, talking about self-development, talking about accountability. But there'll be times that I will talk about things that are just what I would consider human problems, situations, issues. But before I get started, before I get in here and start cooking, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate it. Like you guys know, it does wonders for your boy's self-esteem. Keeps me motivated to continue to do this and bring this content to you guys. So, anyway, but what I wanted to discuss today, I got some other topics coming up too. What I'm doing in the background is I'm trying to piece together how I'm going to deliver them. I actually had reached out to a particular associate of mine in regards to having her come on the show with me, and it's going to be something that we're going to go back and forth over, male perspective, female perspective, in this whole space of dating. So stand by. That's to come in the coming near future. I don't have a set date on it just yet. And I have some other topics that I'm trying to sort out and how to deliver it best to you guys. So again, bear with me. I appreciate it. But today what I wanted to discuss is the outlook that good things come to those who work hard. And I know that that's something that I believe most people have a problem with. Hard work is something that is without question a necessity if you ever want to see any type of results or success. It's just point blank period what it is. There is no situation where you can go from no work to uber success. No grind to immediate and vast results. It just does. It's not set up that way. If you witness and lay your eyes on a person who is in incredible physical shape, maybe a bodybuilder, somebody who has all the muscles, just all the muscles, then it's safe to assume that that individual spent some time in the gym. They didn't wake up looking that way. If someone has, acquired a certain amount of economical wealth, finances, and they're doing quite well in life, well, it's safe to assume that they had to do something in order for that to be a result. And that's what I want to talk about today. Oh, also, example is relationships. I oftentimes hear people draw the comparison of them wanting a successful relationship in reference to what they assume to be successful relationships in the past. Your 40s and 50s and 60s and even up to the 70s or so. The 80s where things got a little shaky. But anyway, and people will say, well, I just want a strong, successful relationship. But I think one of the things that people don't understand is that success is different for every person. But also really what success is something that is sustaining, something that is maintained, something that is long-term, has some longevity to it. Because oftentimes, specifically in the space that of relationships, it's easy to think and assume that if somebody's been together 10, 20, 30, maybe even 40 years, that their relationship is successful. That all depends on your perception. Because on one hand, yes, it's lasting. They've done it day in and day out, year in and year out. Excuse me. And they've stayed with it. And then someone can say, yeah, it's successful. On another hand, someone can say, well, they are together, but maybe they're not happy. And I'm not even going to go into that, but I'm using it as an example because what I wanted to do is talk about that from the premise of understanding that in any system, in any scenario, in any situation, us as people are going to have to commit to the work associated with anything. Good things don't come to those who wait. That's nonsense. Good things come to those who work. Period. If you want good, you're going to have to work. If you want great stuff, you're going to have to work. If you want anything that's worth it, you're going to have to work. And that's what it is. I don't care if it's a long-lasting relationship. I don't care if it's a successful business. I don't care if it's raising children. I don't care if it's physical fitness. I don't care. It is all principle-based that in order for you to experience good in this world, in this dimension that we call Earth, you are going to have to work hard. Otherwise, if you don't work hard, if you're one of those people who do not subscribe to hard work, that's okay. That's your choice. That's your right. But you cannot sit back and complain about the lack of what you're experiencing, because without hard work, your life is destined to be one that is it's void of success. It's void of goodness. It is void of experiencing things on its best level. Because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, in order to experience good, you have to work hard. There's no way around it. So let's park on this relationship thing for a second, since that is the premise and the foundation of my show. I believe that in order for you to establish a certain level of a good relationship, a successful relationship, that you have to go into it understanding that you're going to work hard. And the work that's associated in a relationship is definitely not the same type of work that is associated with a business. Definitely not the same type of work that is associated with bodybuilding. It is definitely not the same type of work that goes into other aspects of your life. Some of the work is going to be emotional, spiritual, internal. And it's going to be things that at times that you're not going to necessarily be able to clock in and clock out of. Not the same concept. If you are looking to have a successful relationship, one, you truly have to have the mindset of commitment if you want something to last. See, you can't go into it assuming and building for an exit strategy. You could always prepare your mind for something not lasting forever, because we all know that two things that you can definitely bank on is taxes and dying. Like, that's just what it is. It comes with it. Like, everyone's going to die. Everyone's going to pay taxes. But the problem I also often see, and I'm going to do a separate broadcast about this because it's something that I've seen come up constantly in the recent posts and things in the manosphere and relationship space, as far as the commitment to things. You cannot establish anything that's worth standing on if you are not willing to commit to the process, commit to the actual seeing it through. You know, not putting yourself in a position to try to figure out how to exit stage left. No, that's not how it works. Hard work is a key component in anything that is going to be sustainable. Hard work is a key component in the results of what you see. See, one thing I like about athletes is that you see them perform their craft, but what you don't see is the hours and years behind the practice, the diligence, the constant, repetitiveness of training and the discipline that is their craft, whether that be basketball, football, golf, tennis, and one of my favorite, boxing. There's no way that a Floyd Mayweather Jr. could be a Floyd Mayweather Jr. without practice, discipline, diligence. There's no way. You don't wake up one day and become, one of the most prominent boxers on the planet or one of the most prominent athletes on the planet without diligence and commitment to the craft. It's impossible. It's not how it works. And that is something that I believe that in common day, most people are lacking. That they want to figure out how to get to a place of success. They want to figure out how to get to a place of, goodness. They want to get to a place of experiencing all that life has to offer from a place of fruitfulness. But they don't want to deal with none of the ups and downs, the uncertainties, the disappointments that come with it. And somehow, some way, people perceive life that is everything is up. Like you're only gonna experience the growth of something. They don't want to be a part of the decline or the lean days is what my mom would call them. The lean years sometimes is what my mom would say. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but in order for you to be what I would consider a fully developed person, a person that is of substance, a person that is well-rounded, You have to first understand this principle. Hard work is necessary. Good things comes to those who work hard. Period. Point blank. There's no scenario that you can present to me that that this principle wouldn't apply, because it's existent in our society and in everything that we do on this earth and on this planet. And so I'm not going to go too deep into this. That's something I just wanted to share with you guys just for the day, give you something to chew on, give you something to think about. It really is important to understand it's really important to understand how pivotal this principle is. That good things come to those who work hard. And if you want anything out of this life, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to work for it. That is my time. Thank you for hanging out with me for about 10 minutes and some change at this moment. This is Daniel Rucker with Truth Table, signing out. Till next time. Thank you.